Tuesday, January 13th, 2026, St. Cloud, Minnesota. I'm listening to a St. Cloud police officer threaten to arrest us if we continue to document ICE activity in the area. We are here because the previous day we had heard that a large crowd had formed in a strip mall with Somali businesses in response to a large contingent of ICE agents there. Somali Minneapolis residents said that there was little media coverage of what was happening to the community in St. Cloud and that we should go there. Tuesday morning, we make the drive up to St. Cloud, nearly 90 minutes northwest of Minneapolis. Within 5 minutes of arriving, we spot a car with ICE agents in it. We begin to follow. They lead us around town, up and down roads, before backtracking. Another car with ICE agents gets in line behind them. Eventually, they stop beside us and threaten us, saying not to document them. We continue to follow. They head far out of town before turning around and heading back. After over an hour of this, they pull into a Target parking lot. Soon we see a St. Cloud police car pull beside them and exchange in conversation. Next, the police car drives over to us. The officer instructs us that we are not to follow the ICE vehicle.
I understand. The reason for the stop today is for that harassment statute here in Minnesota.
Soon, I ask the officer if we can leave, but he asks for my license.
Okay, so we're just going to get going if that's okay.
I need your driver's license, sir.
They cite a state statute that forbids harassment.
This is the directive that we were given from our administration, was to advise of the harassment statute and let you know that you could potentially be cited or arrested.
Later, upon reviewing the statute, it is clear that it was created to prevent domestic abuse and the stalking of celebrities or other public figures. They mentioned they would do this for any citizen who called them. But we aren't following a citizen. We are documenting federal government activity.
So harassment can also be stalking, which is following people to. So we would do this for any regular citizen if they called in about another vehicle. So
I ask how we are to document this if we are not allowed to follow them. The officer's response speaks volumes.
Well, I guess just the question is, how do you expect to document what's happening right now in our country?
That is a great question.
If, we're not allowed to actually follow them to witness what they're doing.
Later, we contact a local lawyer. He sends the police department a letter that reads in part, both the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution and Article 1, Section 3 of the Minnesota Constitution afford broad protections to the press and the liberty of the press. The next day, the police department calls the lawyer and says that they spoke with the officer who threatened to arrest us. And as long as our intent is to film and not harass ICE, we will not be arrested or charged under Minnesota harassment laws. Later, that afternoon, we arrive at the strip mall full of Somali businesses. We want to hear what happened the previous day. At first, everyone is apprehensive, understandably so. We are unsure if anyone will talk to us. They are afraid of being targeted further. Later, we hear from a few witnesses who are willing to speak on camera. One man says that 4 people were detained the previous day, all citizens.
I witnessed that they captured 4 people, and those that they captured were citizens. They were not illegal. They were citizens.
How do you know that?
Because I knew most of them. I knew 2 guys that I was friends with, and they were citizens.
ICE agents have been coming to this mall on a near daily basis, targeting them and asking for papers.
Yeah, yesterday they came at the mall, and they came at that same mall 2 days ago. A lot of shops are now closed for days. People have to pay their bills, and there's a lot of fear in this community. No one is safe. I'm an American citizen, but if they come in for people who are permanent residents, they're coming for people who are here legally with I-94. That means they're coming for me.
I ask another about the American dream.
Well, American dream is shattered. People who came to this country to work, to provide for their family, to send their kids to school, are hiding right now in their homes. America is supposed to be a place where we all feel safe to go out and do our things. That's not happening right now. I hope it's not going to continue for a long time, because if it does, we are heading to the very dark moment of our history.
This community has come to America from a war-torn country, seeking refuge in a country that promised them the security of the Bill of Rights. Instead, they have found this. As we exit the parking lot, a man in an SUV passes in front of us, puts up his middle finger, and shouts, "Fuck you," in the general direction of the mall. The amount of hate for the Somali community here is visceral in that moment. I can't imagine what it feels like to live this daily.